Hello, thanks for joining me. It's pick a deck, pick a card. I've decided this week to use my Oracle cards. So there's 3 packs of Oracle cards here. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Please choose a number 1, 2, 3. So it's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let me just move these aside a minute. Okay, so deck number 1. So for people who picked number 1, let's just get a card here for you. Right, what we got? Life energy. Oh, this is a nice one. Okay, this deck is the Fairy Oracle. I'll leave a link down below so you can see more. Okay, this says the happy fairy of sunshine brings lots of life-giving energy. She reminds you to shine your light and to reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. Okay, so those of you who chose number 1 deck, this is for you. Just move that a bit. I hope you can see her properly there. This is an absolutely gorgeous card, lovely colours. So this is the Life Energy Fairy. She's got the rays of the sun behind her as well. Well, it's more like a headdress, but it looks like the rays of the sun because they're going like that. She's got pink wings, pink being the heart chakra. So this is a week where you can relax, or a time that you can relax a little bit, rest a little bit, just recharge your batteries, number 1s. It's also a time when you can spend time with your family, your friends. Just surround yourself with things that you like, people that really uplift you, because when you're feeling uplifted, especially if you're laughing, if you're having a good time and you're laughing, and then you feel relaxed. Laughter is very, very healing, and I think so many people have been through a lot of things this past almost 2 years that we do, all of us, I think, need healing. So this is telling you to recharge your batteries, spend some time in the sunshine. She's the fairy of the sunshine, brings you lots of life-giving energy, so spend some time out of doors in the sun. The sun gives you vitamin D, and they've already found that vitamin D is very good for helping you not get sick. Yeah, this was said right at the beginning of last year, when we first heard about a certain big C, and they actually came out and said, yeah, vitamin D can help you not get sick, so go out in the sunshine. And then what did they say? Oh, let's lock everybody down. Yeah, but no, vitamin D is very good for you. It builds up your immune system, and you get vitamin D from the sunshine. Look it up. Don't believe me, do some research yourself and look it up. Yeah, you'd be surprised about the type of things that can help you, that are completely and utterly natural and free. The sunshine is free. Unfortunately, you don't get a free kebab from taking sunshine, but it will definitely help you. Yep. Who'd want a free kebab anyway? I mean, let's face it, they put that meat on them skewers, and how long is it left there? It's, oh my god, how can anybody eat that stuff? It's disgusting. Anyway, I know people who do like them things, but that to me is absolutely, it's been there for hours and hours and hours. It's overcooked. It's probably full of maggots because all the flies get in there because it's open to everything. It's disgusting. But there you go. They're throwing free kebabs at you if you take something in the arm. But vitamin D from the sunshine is completely and utterly free. So go get some of that. You've got all the grass here. She's telling you to go get grounded. And I keep saying this in cards before. You can go and get grounded just by walking barefoot on the grass. It can ground you. It's also very beneficial to you. Recharge your batteries. Just spend a little bit of time in the garden. You know, you don't need to do very much gardening. I don't. I'm terrible in the garden. But anyway, I do love my garden, sitting out there. I often take the computer out when I'm doing my work and I'll sit outside at the table, which is really nice. I'm just looking on the screen, and her wings look purple, but that's actually pink. That's actually pink there, which is the it looks pink underneath, but now on the actual card that is orange there. Yeah, so you may not see the colours properly on the screen, unfortunately, but she's absolutely beautiful card, that is. Another thing I'm picking up with this card, those of you who chose number one, is that this week it might be your time to be in the spotlight a little bit. Nothing bad. Whether you've been feeling like a confident or a little bit shy, it could be something that you need to step forward and say, oh, I did this, and take credit for it. Don't be afraid of taking credit for hard work that you've done or for projects that you've completed. They've turned out really well. Don't be afraid of being in the spotlight and just accepting that credit. You know, it could be something that you've done at work that you should be taking the credit for. Don't be afraid of it. Step forward. It's your time to shine this week. Your time to be in the spotlight, in the public eye, so they say. All right, so don't be afraid of actually stepping forward, those of you who chose number one. Now, another thing that I'm picking up there, like it says at the bottom of this card, you reveal anything in the shadows that needs to be healed. So number one's, have a look at yourself as well this week, and do some meditation, go inside of yourself, look at the things that maybe, I don't know, bad habits maybe that you've got, or things that you think need to be changed. So don't be afraid of accepting that part of yourself as well, because once you accept something that maybe you're not too keen about, you can actually change it. It's like when people are addicted to certain things, and they say you need to accept it. You need to accept that you're an alcoholic. You need to accept that you're a drug addict. Once those people accept that that's going on, then it's almost like they gain control over it, and then they can start to change it, start to get a better control, and start to clear that addiction. So I'm not saying that number one's that you're addicted to anything or anything like that. I'm just saying that if there are things in your life that aren't serving their purpose or aren't serving you to progress you further, or not, or things that are holding you back, that aren't helping you grow as a person, then now is the time to look at those things, and don't be afraid of actually letting go and changing them, or just letting go and just saying, you no longer serve my purpose, just I'll let you go, and maybe somebody else can find benefit from whatever it is that you're releasing. So this is now a very good time for you to do that, number ones. It could be just as simple as spring cleaning, just going through your home and looking at stuff that you've accumulated over the years, that it's outgrown its use, that you no longer have any use for, no longer have any purpose for, and you can give it to somebody who does have a purpose for it. Sometimes we keep books, don't we? Books that are really good, and they're sitting there on the bookcase for years and years and years, whereas in actual fact somebody might actually mentions something to you and you think, oh, I've got a book about that, and then just pass it on. Let somebody else get the benefit of it. And because you've already had the benefit, so now is the time to don't be a hoarder, release things and let things go. But that's a really nice card to have, number ones. Absolutely beautiful card to have, that is life energy. It's full of optimism and positivity as well, that one is. And it's full of self-healing. Don't be afraid to actually spend time on yourself, self-healing. And so whether you like a bit of pampering, a bit of Reiki maybe, or even just a nice hot bath with some candles round and some bubble bath and a glass of wine or something like that. Don't be afraid to take time out to actually do that, and don't feel guilty about it, because now's the time to recharge your batteries and just feel that you can spend time on yourself and not feel bad about it. Okay, so there you go, number ones. Thank you, and I'll catch you next week. I'm going to move on to number twos now. Okay, so number twos, what we got here. Okay, this is Healing with the Angels Oracle deck. Again, I will leave the links down below if you want to see more of this particular deck. Okay, so number twos, a card that you've got this week is Body Care. Right, okay, so this is an interesting one. I'll bring it forward a little bit. There you go, can you see that there? Sometimes I turn to look at the screen so it might go a little bit quieter. I'm just trying to get the card in the camera so you can see it all. Okay, so your body care is take care of yourself. Now, I'm not going to tell people to go on diets and stuff like that, because I really don't believe in diets. They're absolutely awful. All you're doing is paying money out to people who have got rich off your back. So I'm not going to tell anyone to go on a diet, okay? Now, at the end of the day, we've all got things about our bodies that we don't like, and it doesn't matter who you are. Even people who you think have got the absolute fantastic figure, when you get talking to those people, they'll tell you something that they don't like. Whether they think they've got dimples in the bum, or they've got a wonky eye, or there's something that they're not going to like. Right? Everybody's the same. Forget about these magazine pictures. Forget about these stupid TV programs with all these fantastic figures and things, right? Because these people, they airbrush these photos in the magazines. If you actually saw these people in real life, you'd get a big shock. And when you look at the TV, even these reality programs and the news reports and stuff like that, if you actually look closely, you'll see the amount of makeup that these people are wearing. You could basically peel it off their faces. Right, so just ignore those people completely. You have to think about yourself, okay? As I say, we've all got things about our bodies that we don't like, but at the end of the day, your body is your vehicle to get around in life. So what type of food are you putting in that vehicle? It's like when you drive in your car, you've got to put the right petrol in, haven't you, or the right diesel in with whatever it runs off. If you didn't, it would break down. It's as simple as that. But your body is like a machine. You've got all these organs inside, like your kidneys, your liver, your brain, your heart, etc. So your body is basically designed to fix itself. So if you put the right fuel in it and maintain it, it's going to fix itself. So this is what you need to do. Number twos, is look at the fuel that you're putting in your body, and you know, if it ain't right, change it. And I always say the best food, well, in fact, it's not just me, there's lots of people who've said the best food to eat is fresh veg, fresh fruit without pesticides. And obviously, not everybody can afford organic stuff, you know, so I know that. So make sure you wash your fruit and your veg. Be careful where you get it from. The other thing is genetically modified. Now, I've said this before in readings that I've done. If you do a course in herbalism, or if you even just research a little bit on herbalism and about botany and plants, you'll see that each plant has a chemical constituency in it. The same as our own bodies, we have chemicals in our bodies. It's like the amino acids we've got in our stomach, for instance. They are chemicals. Right, so each plant has got chemical constituents in it. And those chemical constituents, especially when it comes to our food, those chemical constituents are in such a way as to give us vitamins and minerals, because those are chemicals. Now, when we pick that I don't know, whatever you want to call it, tomato, cucumber, whatever you want to pick, you know, an apple, whatever, it's got the chemical constituents in it. And as I say, those constituents make those vitamins we get from that particular fruit or veg. Now, these genetically modified fruit and veg, firstly, to genetically modify them, they use metals to do it. And that's genetically modified when they are altering the genetics of that particular food. So what they're doing, they're changing the chemical constituents of that particular fruit or veg. So when those chemical constituents are changed, it means that the nutrients that we get from that fruit or veg have also been changed. You are not getting the vitamins that the original food will give you. Okay, so you need to buy stuff that is not genetically modified, and I can't emphasize this enough. And I'm not a doctor, I'm not I've done a course on herbalism, but I'm not a herbalist. Okay, it's just something I was interested in. I am an holistic therapist, but I'm not a genius, I'm not an expert in the field. But if you look online and you take a look at the constituents of plants and then have a look at how they genetically modify things and what they do, you will see that if you're modifying genetics, it is going to change the constituents, the chemicals in that product, in that item, and therefore the chemicals are not going to be the same as in the original because they've been modified. The name itself tells you straight away. So you're not going to get your vitamins and your minerals from it. It's as simple as that. So as soon as you go from genetically modified things, you're taking away nutrients that your body needs. And a lot of soya products are genetically modified. Now, if you look on the packets, it does tell you on a lot of packets, no GMOs. That means there are no genetically modified ingredients in that product. So look for that. If you don't see it on the product, chances are that it's genetically modified. Okay. Organic veg, a lot of it is not genetically modified, but again, there are some places that are. So again, you have to do your research, look into it before you buy it, and find out whether it's genetically modified or not. There's a lot of companies that sell fruit and veg. You've got to be careful where you're getting it from. Check with the people, check online. If it's on a market store, just ask them, is it genetically modified? Where are you getting it from? Do your research, look into it. Okay, so that's the first thing that that I'm picking up with this card number twos. She's very that angel on the card is hiding herself, so very shy, very self-conscious. And I mean, she's got a lovely figure looking at that. Why is she self-conscious? This is what I'm saying before. Everybody's got something about their body that they don't like. So you need to just be aware of that. If you feel that your body's not right, just remember that everybody else thinks the same thing. Not about your body, but about their own body. And going back to what I said right at the beginning, number two is about diet companies sort of taking loads of money from people. When you go on a diet and you're following these companies and you're counting calories and you're thinking about what you're eating, it's very stressful. When you get stressed out, your body produces a hormone called cortisol. Now, you can look this up yourself. There's plenty of information on the internet about this. Cortisol. This is a stress hormone, but when this is produced by your body, guess what else it does? It puts weight on you. So as soon as you get stressed out, cortisol is produced and you gain weight. Okay, cortisol puts weight on you. This is something that diet companies don't tell you. So when you go on a diet and you're following all this regime and you're looking through the books, and I've been there myself, so I know what it's like. Right, you're counting calories or you're looking at the points. You know, how many points is this? How many points have I got left for the week? How many points have I got left for today? Can I carry anything over? We've all done it at some point or other. How many calories is this? Or let me have a look. I'll just check. How many carbohydrates is this one? It's stress. It puts stress on you. All right, and as soon as you get stressed, you're producing cortisol, and cortisol puts weight on you. So these diet companies, you're buying all the books, you're buying all the products, you're buying all their foods that they're putting out, and you're getting stressed out because you're constantly thinking about it, and that's producing cortisol. So you're not losing as much weight as you could be losing because it's producing cortisol, and cortisol is putting weight on while you're trying to lose it. So it's defeating the object. It's keeping you on that diet for longer than what you need to be. And I'm not telling anybody to go on a crash diet because I don't believe in that either. It's quite bad for you. What you need to do is eat healthily, fresh fruit and veg. No pesticides, or as little as possible. Give them a clean before you eat them, and definitely no genetically modified. Exercise. I'm a person who doesn't like exercise. Right. I've also got a few health problems as well, which also puts paid to some exercise. But even just doing a little bit of walking, a little bit of housework, a little bit of gardening, that's still exercise. So just do a little bit each day, what you can do each day. If you are able to do more, then obviously do more. Try and get yourself into a routine. Just do a few stretches each morning when you get up or before you go to bed even. Okay, so those are things that you can do. Okay, also going back to the pesticides, the toxins can cause illness. Okay, if you think about these toxins, that poisons that we're putting into our system, this is all the pesticides that are put onto the food. A lot of it is in the air as well because the planes spray a lot of the fields. So a lot of these pesticides are in the air, which is why so many people have got lung complaints at the moment, asthma and stuff like that. and why so many people are coming down with really chronic diseases such as cancer and things like that, really horrible things. That it's from a lot of the toxins. If you go back before the war, there was no factory farming, it was all done in the fields, there was no chemicals or anything like that. Everything that was grown properly. It was most people had their own gardens and were growing food and veg and stuff in their own gardens. They even had small holdings with me and my grandparents had pigs and chickens and ducks in their garden before the war. So these were a lot of things that people had, and you know these were small holdings in the back gardens. As I say, there was no pesticides that they put down. The fruit and the veg that they got from their garden was grown organically. If you think back to these people, they were some of the healthiest people that you could find. Cancer was very limited. I'm not saying it was non-existent, because people still got it from time to time. But if you think now that 1 in 3 people have got cancer or will get cancer, and most people know at least one person, if not more than one, who've got cancer. There's too much of it. Most people know someone who is asthmatic. How many people have hay fever? When I was a kid, it was actually very rare for somebody to have hay fever. I had it, and I've still got it. But you know what? I stopped the tablets, all the chemical stuff. I stopped the tablets, and I don't get it as bad now as what I had it when I was taking tablets. Now, I'm not going to tell you to stop medication or anything like that. Okay, that is up to you, and obviously speak to your doctor about stuff like that. That is not for me to interfere. So please don't think I'm saying that. But what I am saying is look at the food that you're eating, try to get rid of the toxins, try to get rid of the GMOs, and be careful of stuff like that. That's what this card is telling you, number twos, to take care of your body, take care of the internal workings of your body. Your body is an immune system. It's a machine, and when you put the right fuel in it, it can give you immunity from many things. And if you take a look at vitamins and minerals, take a look at vitamin D, at vitamin K, for instance, and just see what that gives you. These are things that you can get quite readily from the proper stuff. Vitamin D comes from sunshine. They already know that can boost your immune system, and yet they were trying to keep us locked in and away from the sun. So just take a think about it. These chemicals and things, all this factory farming that's going on, it's to put money in the pockets of certain people and big corporations. It's not to help us. They don't give a shit about us. They care about the money, right? So now it's time for you to actually wake up about that and look at who you're giving money to, and just remember that you need to think about yourself and your own body. Okay, so there you go, number twos. I know that's a bit of a yeah, a bit of a lecture, I suppose. Hopefully you didn't find it a lecture. I hope it's been a good advice. Hopefully, I hope. Leave some comments down the bottom. Let me know what you think. Anyway, you can tell me off if you want. Okay, but thank you for listening, and I'll catch you next week, number twos. Take care of yourselves. Bye. Okay, number threes. Let's get a card for you. This is the Moonology Oracle deck. Okay, again, I'll leave the link down the bottom for you so you can see some more of these cards if you want. Right, so we have conclusions are within reach, a full moon eclipse. Wow. There you go. Can you see that there? That is one big orange moon. Conclusions are within reach. So, are you about to finish a project that you've started? Are you about to finalise plans and move forward? Yeah, those are the things that have come into my mind straight away with this card number 3. Okay, so the things being finalised, but with this as well, because it's a full moon eclipse, that makes things a little bit different. What this sort of suggests is that things now that you finish something, what happens next may be out of your hands. It could be your divine purpose, number 3s, or the plan of your soul, or what your soul actually wants to do to move forward. So what happens next could be out of your hands and down to divine purpose, the fates, as you may say. So look out for signs, look out for synchronicities happening around you. Just give maybe a little prayer to spirits, to the universe, to God, to Jesus, to whoever it is that you believe in or don't believe in. Just give a little prayer and just say, hopefully, that you want to be led on the path that is for your highest good and for your soul's purpose and for the benefit of yourself and for everyone around you. Okay, just maybe write something out, a little prayer, that type of thing. And because it's things coming to an end, finalisation, it could be things that you're letting go of. So it could be maybe a person that's leaving your life that has maybe outdone their purpose. Maybe your friendship is finished, the relationship is finished. It could be a situation that's coming to an end. It could be things that you've kept for years and years that you no longer have use of, that you need to let go of. It could be just even allowing your children to fly the nest and make lives for themselves. So it's a situation that you need to allow to come to the end of its own accord, and you need to let go of certain things, and you need to let the fates, the divine purpose, the spirits, the universe, God, Jesus, as I say, whatever it is you believe in, you need to allow them to allow you to move forward, to progress, and just go with the flow. Basically, these are things that need to happen. It's a time of change, so when things come to an end, as I say, it could be a situation that you want finalised and you want to move on from. It could be a person that's going out of your life or moving forward. It could be you that's moving forward out of somebody else's life. But these are things that need to happen because it's something that your soul has signed up for. And a lot of people will say that our lives, our incarnations, our soul actually decides before it's born what lessons it wants to learn in this particular lifetime. So if it's already decided it's going to learn this, or whatever it is that is coming up, it could be something absolutely fantastic, because when one door closes, another one opens. So you've got to look for the opportunities as well. But it's something that you need to go with the flow. You need to just take it as it comes and not fight it, because this is something that is meant to happen. It could also be forgiving someone. So if somebody has annoyed you, or if you've quarrelled with somebody, number 3s, this is a time to put that situation to rest, to finalise it. So it could be just even just forgiving someone and moving on from that particular situation and just forgetting about it. Could be something that you can't fix. So something that sometimes we go through these, especially with family members, don't we? That we love our families, but sometimes they can be really annoying, and maybe it's just something that you've got to forgive and forget and move on from it. But whatever it is, change can be difficult at times. So, even when it's good change, like moving home or going on holiday or something, it can be, for some people, it can be quite difficult. Once they've settled into that change, then they can really enjoy it. But sometimes it can be difficult just to get through that transition period. But going with the flow, just taking things as they come, is the best way to do it, and the easiest way and the most comfortable way. So, and not to worry about it, because often as not, it's our own worries and anxieties that build things up and make things worse than what they actually are. We see things that aren't actually there. We imagine things happening which aren't actually happening. Most changes, as I said before, one door closes, another one opens, it brings opportunities. So most changes are for the best. So when we let go of something that has served its purpose and is no longer any good for us or has outgrown its use, it makes way for something better to come into our lives. And that's what's happening here with the eclipse. So the full moon is conclusions, the finalization of something, but the eclipse itself makes things a little bit bigger and a bit stronger than what is normally happening. But you mustn't worry about it. You must just go with the flow and see the opportunities as they come up to you. Let go of what's not needed any longer. Because if it's not needed, then why keep hold of it? Why are you worrying about keeping hold of it? Let it go. And look for the new opportunities that are coming your way, number threes, because they are. This is at night as well, so there could be some shadows around you at the moment. When I say shadows around, could be things that you want to get finalised, so now is a good time to do that. As I said before, forgiveness. If you've got people who've annoyed you recently, forgive and forget, move on from it, let it go. Right. When there's night time, when there's shadows, light comes afterwards. So you're heading towards that light, you're getting through to the light, and you need to let go of what's not needed. So things like hanging on to resentments, for instance, it's baggage which you're carrying forward. Let go, put it down, put the bag down. You don't need it, put the sticks down, you don't need them. Move forward to the light, free, and enjoy it. And that's what you've got to do with this particular card. That's what it's saying to you. You've got the big orange moon there. That's brilliant. That's a lovely moon. You've got some purple and the white down there as well. That's lovely picture of the moon, I think, that one. Watch out for the moon as well. A couple of people have told me that the moon keeps changing its position in the sky. Now, where I am, I can't actually see it that much, but a few people have told me that one night it's in the west and the next night it's in the east, and that they reckon it's changing position. So I can't actually say whether that's the case or not, because as I say, I can't actually see it where I am. It's a very built up area where I live, but it's worth you having a look anyway to see if anything's going on with the moon, and just have a look to see what you can see. Alright, so that's card for number threes anyway. I hope that wasn't too bad for you. Let me know what you think underneath. Please click and subscribe and click like. Leave me any comments down the bottom that you want to leave, and I'll catch you next week, number 3. Thanks for joining me. Take care. Bye bye.